All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Dave Plum. I'm the Disability Sales Manager here at Illinois Mutual. And let me just say, it's always a pleasure talking with the industry titans such as you guys. Greatly appreciate the opportunity because as I look around, I see the who's who of disability insurance. And it's truly an honor for me and Illinois Mutual to be here today. So, with that, I know for a lot of you, we might have been maybe one of your first contracts or your second contracts in the business, and just wanted to tell you a little bit about us, kind of some new things that are happening, and definitely looking forward to this afternoon, getting some Q&A. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions, and we'll address a lot of those then. But hey, as far as Illinois Mutual, we've been around since 1910, okay? We've been doing disability insurance since 1950, and we rolled out return of premium back in the 70s. So when I look at who we are, what we do, our passion is middle America. That's who we serve. I would say any of your clients that are making $150,000 or less, that is really our wheelhouse. That's the sandbox that we play in. I mean, why are we here? I think this sums it up the best. I mean, we're here to protect a client's income. That's the cornerstone of any financial plan. And if you're working with folks and we're not talking about this, we're overlooking the elephant in the room. I mean, it's your income that makes everything possible. And here at Illinois Mutual, that's something that we're passionate about, and we do it day in and day out. As far as where we fit, maybe, there we go. As far as where we fit, it's always cool being around other carriers because when I think about folks that are there, I'll just say we don't do GSI. We don't have medical resident programs, but what do we do? What do we do that's really well? Well, I consider those folks, the doctors, the lawyers, the high-level executive folks like that top 5% of the population. Where do we as Illinois Mutual fit? Think about that iceberg, the other 95% that you don't see. When you're dealing with folks like dental hygienists, your nurses, nurse practitioners, folks like that, your skilled trade folks, I'll just tell you, I think we write those occupations that, again, everyday Americans, I think we write them better than anybody else. And again, that's just kind of the sandbox that we play in. I don't talk a lot about contracts. I boil it down. Because at the end of the day, what I found, I've been doing disability insurance the better part of the last 20 years, okay? Oh, better? Sorry. I've been doing disability insurance the better part of the last 20 years, and there's been a couple of universal truths that are out there because our clients want to know three things, and that's about it. How much do they get? When do the benefits start? And how long do they go? Again, I'm going to repeat that. How much benefits do I get? When do those benefits start? And how long do they go? That's really it. And if you've been around Illinois Mutual for a while, I'll just tell you, you've probably seen this concept multiple times. It's the mug plan. What do I mean by that? At minimum, I think as you're talking with your clients, we need to cover at least three bare minimums, three essentials that are out there. Let's make sure we're covering the client's mortgage, utilities, groceries. I want to keep them in their house. I want to keep the lights on. I want to make sure they can be fed. I tell folks this all the time. Disability insurance isn't there to make a person rich. It's there to make sure that they don't go poor, okay? Because you just think about, we see it all the time. The travesties that can happen as health issues arise, and man, it can be devastating. One of the things that I would say from Illinois Mutual standpoint, one of our uniquenesses, what makes us different out there in the marketplace as well, not just the markets that we serve, but the options that we have. 30 years ago, there were a ton of carriers that had return of premium. We look at it now, there's just a couple, and ours is very straightforward. I said it earlier, we offered return of premium to the market back in 1972. We've refunded over $203 million to our policy owners. It's hard for me to talk in a group like this and not have an agent raise their hand was like, yeah, I had a client not too long ago get a check for 20, 30, 40,000 and up. It happens all the time. So I bring this up because nobody ever plans on becoming disabled, all right? Everybody's bulletproof. It's not going to happen to me. My follow-up thing is, what if I was to show you a way how to get your money back? Would you be interested in that point? Yeah, maybe. Let's talk about it. Let's show that option. And again, if you're working with those clients that I would say are mid to late 30s or younger, it's a no-brainer. It really is. It's put on, trust me when I say this, it's on about half the policies that we write. It's unreal, and it's just something that we can continue to see day in and day out. As I talk about the different occupations, because we write darn near everybody. You'll be hard-pressed to find an occupation that we don't write. Along those lines, if there are certain segments that you're working with, obviously plumbers, HVAC, electricians, nurses, folks like that, we've got targeted marketing pieces specific for those folks. And then if you're working in those markets, I'll just tell you from a carrier standpoint, we are probably the easiest carrier to get an association plan set up with. It makes it exclusive to you as the agent, and we offer a discount at that point. You name it, we're not doing like the bar association, the medical associations, but guess what? Plumbers have associations too. Hairdressers have associations. We've got bar owners up in Wisconsin that's an association. So, I just say that because the opportunities at that point are pretty limitless. Again, so there are the pieces. We even have a special marketing pieces for farriers. If you got some horseshoers out there, we can get you that piece, I promise you. So, couple other exciting things. Obviously, with you guys being in disability insurance, you've seen we write farmers. We definitely write farmers. You've seen the herd size or the acreage. We're always looking to enhance that. But a couple of other things I think are pretty cool that are out there. Part-time employees. That's something that we're writing a lot of. We're also doing stay-at-home spouses, okay? If we get coverage on the wage-earning spouse, we can also write coverage on the stay-at-home spouse. It's not financially underwritten, but it is medically underwritten. So again, I just kind of bring that up because we're trying to make it easy out there in the marketplace, and we're trying our best not to say no, because there are a lot of different occupations out there that we're writing. We have a W-2 upgrade plan that, when we first rolled it out, there were probably 2 or 3 occupations that fit. As we're doing disability insurance and you see some occupations that are up here, what it is, they've been a good claim risk for us. So that electrician that you see was a class 2, we can now upgrade them to a class 3. Probably doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but I'll tell you, we probably just saved that client anywhere from 25 to 40% going up one occupation class. So we go a 1 to a 2, a 2 to a 3, a 3 to a 5. You're probably asking, what happens to a class 4? Well, that's where the other carriers fit in. That's the medical folks, that's the medical specialists, stuff like that. But I'll tell you, that dental hygienist, that dental assistant that you're seeing up there, they're a class 3. They're now being offered class 5 rates. And I can guarantee you we're not going to be beat in those situations. We do those occupations extremely well. So if you're working with folks on this list, give us a serious look, because I think we're going to do a really good job for you. Also, I was talking about some new insurable occupations. Here are some ones that people were really surprised when we rolled this out. We rolled it out not quite a year ago, but a Boilermaker. I'm from Indiana, so it's not a Purdue Boilermaker. It's actually the folks that deal with locomotives and stuff like that. Zoo attendants, social media influencers, direct sales, multi-level stuff. The logging industry, logging laborers, linemen. To my knowledge, I'm not familiar with any other carrier that's writing a lineman out there. So Again, I said earlier that we don't do medical resident programs. However, think about the markets that we serve and the occupations that we do right, because there are a lot of occupations out there that require some sort of education, some sort of formal training after high school. Think about hairdressers, think about barbers, electricians, they have to go through an apprentice program. If you have an in with programs like this, before they enter the workforce, you can go to that school, talk to those students, and be able to offer various different benefits before they're ever earning an income. So it's kind of our resident program, but it's for the folks that we write each and every day. So again, keep that in mind, some really uniquenesses out there. One of the things that really gets overlooked that I know I personally have been having some pretty good success with is our business expense plan. Everybody talks about overhead plans. You talk to a business owner, how much do you make? Make this. What do you show Uncle Sam? This. What's the difference between those two numbers? They're ongoing business expenses, right? With us, not only do we have coverage for that, but we're the only carrier that has return of premium for our business expense. So I bring that up because take, for example, those small business owners that are really cash flowing. They're really doing a great job. They're putting all the money away for retirement. We've written this in a few scenarios where they throw on the ROP, they realize they need overhead protection from 65 to 67. That's a way for them to be able to recoup that money. So it's really been a great opportunity for us. We see that a lot. And again, we're the only carrier that's out there doing it. We continue to offer incentives. We have our quarterly incentives that are going on. We also have our Disability Insurance Awareness Month for each app that we receive during that month. There's an extra $100 bonus on that. But really, when I look at this and, as this is being projected out there to the agents that you write with, the folks that you work with, a message to them about this particular group, there's no other group that does it better. Like I said earlier, I just can't say enough good things about the people that I see and hear, and I'll just tell you, the agents that are out there as you're working with you're in the best hands possible. When it comes to your needs for insurance, these folks know how to take care of you. Thank you.